Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're diving right into a universal truth for local service businesses. Time is literally money. We're going to view this through a surprisingly lucrative lens, the pet grooming industry, to see exactly how automation can transform a small business right from the ground up. Picture this, your groomer. You've got your hands literally full of a wet, soapy dog, and then your phone buzzes. It's an anxious pet owner looking for a new groomer, asking all the usual stuff about pricing and availability. Now, you can't just ignore a new lead, but stopping mid-groom, that breaks your focus and totally derails your schedule. And you know those interruptions, they add up fast. 2.5 hours. That is the staggering amount of time you might be losing every single week just drafting responses to these incoming emails and messages. That's prime time you aren't spending grooming, which means it is time you're actively losing money. Getting just 5 to 10 inquiries a week exposes this massive bottleneck. It means stopping your physical work, opening up your email app, trying to think of the exact right wording so you sound warm and professional, typing it all out, and then rereading it to catch typos. All in, that manual routine is eating up a solid 10 to 15 minutes per single lead. Now, before we even talk about fully automated systems, let's look at a quick AI shortcut. By just pasting a client email into ChatGPT or Claude, you are suddenly editing instead of writing from scratch. You just ask the AI to generate a warm, professional response based on the inquiry, and boom, that cuts a 15-minute task down to just 90 seconds. But listen, here's the reality of the service industry. Even 90 seconds is way too long when your hands are full of suds and clippers. I mean, why settle for 90 seconds when you can literally have zero? And that brings us to a fully automated instant quote machine built with a workflow automation tool called N8N. Okay, so this translates into a seamless 4-step workflow. And this is really where the magic happens. Step 1, the lead submits an intake form on your website. Step 2, N8N instantly triggers and normalizes all the data they entered. Step 3, OpenAI takes that data and writes a niche-specific estimate. And finally, Step 4, a polished HTML email and a matching SMS text message are dispatched directly to the lead. The total time from form submission to an estimate sitting in the client's hand? Only about 25 seconds. So why does 25 seconds matter so much? Well, because pet owners are deeply anxious about handing their beloved pet over to a complete stranger. They're usually shopping for a new groomer because their old one retired or moved away. They want immediate reassurance, and they will almost always book the first groomer that confirms a specific price and an open slot. Speed absolutely wins the client's trust. But to actually keep that trust, the quote has to be accurate, not just fast. For this to work, the AI needs to handle some serious nuance. It automatically considers incredibly specific variables: the dog's breed and size class, the exact condition of their coat, whether it's well-maintained or heavily matted, and their temperament. It dynamically prices in specialty add-ons because, yes, sometimes a dog absolutely needs a de-shedding treatment or, a premium blueberry facial. Under the hood, the AI is seated with realistic baseline pricing. It provides the owner with low and high-range anchors. So a small dog gets quoted between $40 and $70, while a giant breed gets quoted up to $190. This manages expectations perfectly before they ever even walk through your door. And it actually gets way smarter than just standard sizing. The system recognizes and applies a premium for popular, high-maintenance breeds. If an owner inputs a 55-pound golden doodle, the AI applies the poodle and doodle premium. It knows these curly-coated breeds require far more time and skill to groom properly, making sure the groomer's time is accurately valued right from the very first touchpoint. The intake form also beautifully branches out to handle specialized edge cases. It has conditional logic for cat-specific services, like sanitary trims, or yes, lion cuts, which is specialty work not all groomers even offer. It also flags if a pet is anxious or has a history of biting, automatically including notes about the groomer's handling upcharges and intake assessment process. This is exactly what experienced groomers want their inquiry funnel to catch. Just imagine a head-to-head competition between two businesses. The groomer who promises an end-of-day callback entirely loses the client to the groomer who instantly sends a premium HTML email and SMS confirmation. By the time Groomer 1 calls back at 6 p.m., the owner has already booked. Groomer 1 assumes the client found someone closer, but in reality, they just found someone faster. $2,500 to $7,000. That number represents the lifetime value of a single pet. This shows you exactly what is at stake when you lose a lead to a faster competitor.
You aren't just losing a $75 appointment today. Because pet grooming is a highly recurring service, usually every 6 weeks, losing that initial booking means losing thousands of dollars over the 3 to 7 years that client would have stayed with you.
Let's actually break down the math here. A medium dog at $75 every 6 weeks is $650 annually. A doodle at a premium price, that's $1,200 annually. If you push your conversion rate from a baseline of 30% up to 50% simply by being the first to reply, capturing just 8 new clients a month from 40 inquiries adds up to $36,000 a month in accruing lifetime revenue. Speed isn't just a nice to have, it's incredibly profitable. Now, for the agency operators and automators watching, this exact architecture is a massive opportunity, and it goes way beyond dog grooming. Think about a wellness practice, like a chiropractor or a therapist. Just contrast their manual, agonizing process of answering complex service and insurance questions over the phone with this exact AI workflow. It generates professional, branded, accurate responses in seconds, allowing the practitioner to spend more billable time actually treating clients. You can deploy this white label system for any local service in just 2 to 3 hours, charging a setup fee and a monthly retainer. And the setup? It is remarkably straightforward. You just import the NN workflow, paste the form to their website, wire in their domain so emails come from them, and swap out the logos. Then you spend about 30 minutes on a call with the client to tune the AI to their specific service menu, whether that's pet matting up charges or massage therapy insurance codes. Once it's locked in, it runs 24/7. Ultimately, it all comes down to this. How do you value your time in the modern service economy? Will you promise a callback and just hope they wait around? Or will you use automation to, quote, inside the minute and steal the market share? The technology is here. The only question is who implements it first. Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and I will see you next time.